Hello guys, welcome back to Tech Genesis. I'm Wale, and today I'm telling you guys about one of Samsung's cheapest low-range phone, the Samsung A11. The Samsung A11 is one of the A series family, and also it is one of the cheapest of the A series. Samsung officially released this device on March 2020, that is early this year, and it was an entry-level phone, so Samsung did not even make noise about the launching at all because it was not part of a phone that would give Samsung high revenue. So they were really quiet about the launching of the phone, and the phone comes in 4 different colors. You have the black, the blue, the white and the red, and the price of this phone varies from region to region. In the US you can get it for about $136. In the UK it goes for £130, and in most European countries it goes for almost €140. But this one belongs to my sister. She bought it in Nigeria before she came to Spain, and she bought it for about 53,900 naira, and if you change it to dollar it is almost $140. You can see that it is almost in the same range with the one in the US, but it's a bit more expensive, but the same range. And also I decided it would be a cool idea for me to review this phone and to tell you guys all what this phone is made up of, and I think it will be an exciting experience for me and for you guys also. And for $140, what does this phone give you, and does the function justify the price? That is all I'm going to tell you guys in today's video. First, let's talk about the build of the phone. Once you first carry this phone, you will notice how light it is. It is very light, and it is big compared to my Redmi 5 Pro. This is my Redmi 5 Pro over here. They are not in the same class at all. It is a little bit bigger than the Redmi 5 Pro. The display is a little bit bigger, and it is wider, that's for sure. Look at that, you can see the difference. It is wider than the Redmi 5 Pro, though a little bit, but you are going to notice it. I notice that it is not heavy, and the weight is about 177 grams, so it is very light for a phone of this size, which is something I like about the phone. If you hold it, you won't even know you hold a phone, but once you hold this in the 5 Pro, that's when you notice the difference. It is way heavier than this, and I think that's one thing I like about this a lot. And once we see the front of the phone, it is made up of a glass, the back is made up of a plastic, and all the frame sides are also made up of plastic. And number 2, Android 10. When you buy this phone for the first time and you unbox it, what you are getting out of the box is Android 10, but it can be upgradable to the latest version of Android, which is Android 11, and it can be upgraded to Android 12 as well, and you get all the Samsung skin for Android 12 whenever Android 12 comes out. But the thing about Samsung phone is that once you open it, you always see some apps that are 2 same apps on this phone. One belongs to Google and one belongs to Samsung, which might be really confusing for some users. And the reason why Samsung do that is because of the software money. You know, there are a lot of money on software than on hardware, so they are trying to make some of the software money. That's what they want. They want to beat Google for the software money. And also Mr. Who's the Boss explained the videos, the ongoing battle between Samsung and Google. I'll be putting the link to the video in the description box below, so you guys can watch it and see what is really going on between Samsung and Google, and why you're having 2 same app on a Samsung phone. But it's an interesting video. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. Then we have the camera, which is good but not the best in a low rate phone. And for $140, I expected the camera to be a lot better than it is here. But it has some of the mode you want in the camera. It has a panorama mode, the pro mode, and the live focus mode. Those are the 3 main modes of any phone camera, and that is the only thing you have here. I think they can still do a better job, but that's what you are getting for $140. It is really cheap, so you have to cut back on some things. And for the front camera, it has an 8 megapixel camera, and at the back of the phone you can see 3 red camera at the front. You have the 13 megapixel main camera, the 5 megapixel ultra wide camera, and the 2 megapixel depth camera, which is a major upgrade from the predecessor, the Samsung A10. And if you see the Samsung A10, there is only 2 cameras at the back and much lower megapixel, but now it has been upgraded. And one thing about the phone is that if you want to take a photo, for the photo to come out very good, it depends on the position of the camera and also the lighting of the environment you are. That is the only thing that is going to determine how good your camera will be. So that is why I think the camera needs a lot of work. So I'm sure in the next version of this phone we are going to get a better camera both front and back, and I'll be very happy with that. And also I'll be making a comparison between this phone and my Redmi 5 Pro, and I got that for almost €180, but now it is almost at the range of 150, though it is almost 2 years old now. I think that will be different. I'll make a video about them, I'll compare them for you guys to see which one has better value and which one is better for you to get. But still, I think the camera needs a lot of work to do, so I'm sure in the next version we are going to see a better camera. It will be more expensive, but that is a sacrifice you have to make. And number 4, the display. This is a 6.4 Full HD plus TFT panel. As you can see, the display is really big. And the TFT stands for thin film transistor, an advanced version of the LCD that uses an active matrix. And the main advantage of the TFT is that it has a relatively low production cost and increased contrast when compared to the traditional LCDs. Getting to know the display might be confusing because we have different display on phone, computer, cameras, and every other thing that uses display. We have different type of display for them, so getting to know them might be confusing. Even for me, it was confusing at first, but after I read about them, I begin to understand them a little better. So I'm going to make a video about all the display panel we have for you guys, so you guys can be able to have an idea if you are talking about this stuff, and also you can be able to know which one is better for you and which one you like better. So guys, watch out for the video. I'll be making the video soon, and if you want to see the video, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notification bell to get notified whenever I upload the video. When viewing photos and video, it is very clear because of the big display, and the TFT plays a big role on that. There is an O-punch notch at the top corner of the camera, which is really common for phones of 2020. As you can see, some are even trying now to even eliminate all the notch at once, but it's going to take a lot of time. But as you can see on this one, it has an O-punch one, a very small one. You're not even going to notice it when you're viewing photos and video because that's it is not here at all. That's how it is. That is one thing I like about the phone. So if you are viewing videos and pictures, you are going to enjoy it a lot. Aside from the 4 pillars of things I'll talk about, we have a fingerprint scanner at the back, a Face ID unlock at the front of the phone. It supports 2 to 3 gig of RAM and 32 gig of internal memory. It can be expandable to 512 gig. The A11 is powered by long-range Snapdragon 450. It has a 4000 mAh battery and supports 15 watt charging with a Type-C USB cable. Also common with a lot of phones in 2020 and let me say part of 2019 as well. It will be really hard for you to see a smartphone of 2020 not having a Type-C USB cable. I think it will be as if they're in the back. So now we are still having Type-C, which is really cool, and I'm really curious to see what they will change it to in the future. But I think Type-C is going to stay for a very long time. So guys, that is all about Samsung A11, and if you know you are currently using the device, feel free to share your experience with us down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be greatly appreciated. Also subscribe to the channel and turn on all post notification bells to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Remember guys, stay safe and stay healthy. Peace.